Hello FlossTube, I'm Nicole and this is DDs FlossTube Season 2, Number 6. Well, welcome back to the channel everybody. It is a Thursday the 24th of September. My month is just flying by. I cannot believe how quick it's gone. Anyway, we are here for our weekly cross-stitch update. So for those that are new here, we're a multi-craft channel, and basically I have tutorials, I do floss tubes, I do floss tube extras, I do how-tos, all that sort of stuff. So basically, if you are new here, you hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell, and then that way you won't miss out on any future uploads. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you very much for taking time out of your day again and spending it a little bit with me. So grab your stitching, get your cuppa, and sit back, relax, and we're going to have a bit of a chat about what I'm getting up to in the background and also what I've been up to with my cross stitch. All right, so I have everything here in front of me, and hopefully I will remember to talk about everything today. A little bit of a life update. I have decided that I need to start getting fit again. I stopped exercising a few years ago when little Em come to live with us because it was too hard to work around my husband's schedule, the kids' schedule and all the rest of it. So I put that to the wayside. The last 3 days, I've had Neroli get up. That's my 14-year-old. She's the morning person in the house, so I've had her get up and try and get me out of bed. She had success today. So we went for a bit of a walk this morning, 40 minutes we went for a walk. We just took a walk, done a quick lap around town and then come home again. And yeah, so we're going to go again tomorrow morning. And it was so funny because she's never really been out at that hour. We left at 6:10 this morning. And she goes, it smells so nice in the morning because the bakery's baking and all that sort of stuff. And we just live in a small country town. So, you know, like the bakeries aren't in an industrial area or anything like that. They're in our town. So you could smell all the bread cooking, you could smell the peanuts, you could smell all the flowers because it's all like fresh in the morning. And she's like, I like this time of morning. I said, yeah, it's a really nice time of morning. And then we were walking past people that were exercising. There's a group of ladies that do running every day, and I can't remember the name of them, but they all wear pink anyway, and they organise like fun runs and stuff like that in town, and the park runs and all that sort of stuff. And they're all walking past saying good morning, and I sort of looked at her. She was a little bit like, this is a bit different. And I'm like, yeah, people are really friendly in the morning. It's just as the day progresses that people tend to get a little bit grumpier. So she was quite surprised how friendly everybody was, and just, yeah, but she really enjoyed herself, although she has gone back to sleep now. And my other daughter, she had to go to work and she went off to breakfast with a friend and all that. And I didn't know that that was happening. And yeah, they've come home. Joe's come home. Her friend's come home while Savannah's gone off to work. So yeah. So we've got, they're all gone back to sleep, I think. Joe's just in the room just there and I can't hear a peep out of her. So she must have gone back to sleep. So I'll try and be a little bit quiet. What else has been happening? I've been super busy in the background with Tia from Calm Creations getting the magazine up and running. We are all very, very excited around here. Even the girls are getting excited about it. And Brendan goes, I'm a little bit jealous. You're getting to start something new, something fresh. So, yeah, it's all happening in the Reed household at the moment. And Tia and I have had our heads down and bums up, for a better lack of term there, and just getting everything done. So it's very exciting. I find it hard to contain myself. I probably drive Tia absolutely crazy because when I get so excited about something, I just want to talk about it all the time. But yeah, so we are in talks with a few people at the moment. We've secured a couple of designers already. We have our designer focus lady all ready to go. So that's very exciting. We've sent out all paperwork, just about all paperwork to where that needs to go for sponsors and all that sort of stuff. We've got a lot coming your way, and it's and I can't, it's so, I want to tell you everything, but I can't. I have to behave myself and not say anything. But we are getting very close to release. So we are getting busier and busier with everything that's going on. Layout has started and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I can tell you that much. And I think I am driving Tia a little bit crazy, but we're working together very well and we're having a lot of fun doing it. We're learning a lot along the way as well. So I've actually worked in this industry many years ago when my son was younger. I've got a 27-year-old son and he was about 3 when I worked in the industry back then. And it was for a publication called Pulse of the Illawarra. Now, it's a little bit different than a magazine. For those here in Australia and especially those in New South Wales, you've probably heard of Drum Media. It's a music industry. It used to be a free press. I'm not sure if it's still free or not because I'm not in New South Wales, so I don't see it up here. But in all the music stores like Sanity and all those sort of places that sold CDs or records or LPs, cassettes, whatever, because it was around for a long time, it was a free publication that went out to all those stores. And basically it had like gig guides and all that sort of stuff, and it was wholly and solely on Australian music and what was happening in the Sydney area at that time. Well, I lived a couple of hours south of Sydney, and there was a program through the government here called a niche scheme, and that's still around, and it's for new businesses to get up and running. So they help fund the startup costs of paying wages and all that sort of stuff. So I worked in that, and we were one of the group that we had were from a place called Skillshare, and I'm really getting all the files out for this memory. And basically I was in the startup staff, and so I've had some of that experience of deadlines and getting advertising and getting people to write articles and all that sort of stuff. So while I don't have years and years and years and years experience since then, but I was in there and I learnt a lot. But as I said to Tia, the things that have changed from then to now, a lot of the layout that we did was on a wall. So like literally it was on a wall, this ad's going here, this is going there. And there was some computer stuff, but I wasn't involved with that stuff. Most of the stuff I was, it was visual in front, and then like helping getting everything together, doing reviews on bands and all that sort of stuff. So the nice little gift that I got from that job was I have a ringing in my ear from going and seeing all the live bands and stuff like that. But there was a huge music scene at that time, and that was the late 90s, that was. And so I valued that experience that I got, and I learnt a lot from it, and I'm applying a lot of that experience to now. And I did a lot of talking to people and helping getting advertising. So I was sort of like the assistant to nearly everybody in the office. And so I was like a multitasker, and I did every little bit of the job. So everything from helping put the magazine together to layout to even deliveries. So, and that's sort of when you start a business like that, that's sort of what happens there until more and more people come on and you can afford to pay people. That's sort of what happens. So you end up being a jack of all trades. So that's sort of my experience. And I'm sure Tia will talk about her experience, and we're planning on doing a FlossTube together where we can, when it comes closer time to release and stuff like that, and we can have you can get to know us a little bit better and where we're at, because it is a big thing for designers to be approached by someone who's relatively an unknown and trust that we're going to do the right thing by them and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully in the next couple of months you'll get to know us a little bit better once you see the magazine. If you are a designer and you're watching and you're feeling a little bit hesitant, once you see the magazine you'll probably feel a whole lot better. And we do appreciate the people that are trusting us with their designs and everything like that, and that we're going to do your work and your business justice is all I'm going to say. So, so it's very, very exciting, and I'm looking forward to bringing it to you, and as is Tia. So yeah, and you'll be able to see all the way it goes, and we'll do some behind the scenes down the track and all that excuse me, and all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty much been taking up most of my time. And also Tia's time, along with my day job. I've been quilting and binding and making bags and retreat bags and all that sort of stuff. So it has been really, really busy here. And also, as I said last week, we finalised our tax, so that's out of the way now. So invoices, for those that are wondering where their invoices are, I have been waylaid and sidetracked this week. So all invoices will be going out in the next 24 hours for those that have placed orders for mountain retreat bags. I've got quite a few of those, and project bags. The fabric has come in, and I'm sorry I haven't got that fabric up into the group, but that is on the books. I have written it in the book. So yeah, and some of the other things that have been going on is I'm trying to recoup some time. And so this week I decided, I was looking at ways that I can recoup time. So I've employed my 14-year-old to help me do housework. So she's actually getting paid, not pocket money, she's actually getting paid a wage. So she has to clock on and clock off, and she has to do out like as if I was paying a cleaner. I would rather pay her than have some stranger come into my house, and she was quite happy with that because she's at that awkward age where she's not quite old enough to have a job, and she still has a lot going on with her dancing and all that sort of stuff. So she's going to finish out this year and possibly next year, and I think she's going to because she's got exams in the middle of the year because they were all cancelled. And so she's going to see out this year and next year, and then she's going to cut back on her dancing so she can get a job. So in the meantime, she needs to have money. So she's working for us here at home. So she's doing jobs like washing up and hanging out washing and keeping the bathroom clean and the common areas clean and all that sort of stuff. And then I still do stuff and all that sort of thing. And then because my eldest daughter, she works 2 jobs, so she's very rarely home, and my husband, well, he's very rarely home, and so it was perfect. It was a perfect solution. And then I was looking at other ways where I can recoup some time, and I decided that I am actually going to do my grocery shopping online now. We've just recently been able to get HelloFresh. It's a company here in Australia where they deliver meals with recipes and fruit and like basically all the main meals of the day. And then I got a couple of sides that serve too, so I'll split them up through the week and they can be my lunches. And then I'm just going to shop online for groceries. So I did my grocery shopping this morning at 7:10. It took me 15 minutes. It normally would cost me over $100 when I go shopping, if not more. I only got what I needed that was on my list, and it only cost me $75, so I'm really wrapped with that. And because I just needed some basics, like pantry basics, oils and all that sort of stuff, and cereal and whatnot. So I did that and saved some time there, and I've just got to pick it up tomorrow at 3 o'clock because you can nominate what time. And I could have picked it up tonight, but I just thought, well, I've got stuff on tonight, so I'll pick it up tomorrow after work. And yeah, so that's done. My shopping's done. I don't have to worry about it. And my main meals and everything will be getting delivered on Wednesday, and then I'll be on track for everything. So I was pretty happy about that. That saved me a good couple of hours by the time you get the kids in the car, get down, do shopping, come home, pack it all away and all the rest of it. Now I've just got to whip down there, pick it up, and then come home, pack it away, and that's it. Done. I don't have to walk around. And it saved me money because I wasn't walking the aisles and wasn't just grabbing random stuff. So that was pretty good. All right, enough about what's happening in the background and the crazy thing is my life. This week I managed to get into virtual stitches for the first time in a long time. So I went and paid them a visit on Monday and done a little bit of stitching, and I worked on, and I'm just going to jump straight into my whips, and I worked on Hello Pumpkin on that night. I didn't spin it up, I just grabbed it out, and I actually didn't spin the wheel much this week. I don't think I spun it at all. No, I don't think I spun it at all. But anyway, I worked on Hello Pumpkin, which is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. This has been a long-term focus piece for me, and I have made some more progress. So basically, last time you seen this, I said to you that I was going to be just trying to get all the leaves done and leave the bigger, like there's a pumpkin, acorn, a hedgehog, an apple, and a bird, and they're quite large. So I'm sort of just getting all the little things done, all the little leaves at the moment. So last time you've seen it, I'll just put something behind that. Got threads all hanging on the back of it because I'm not changing my threads. I'm just sort of parking them, but they're all sitting on the back. So last time you've seen it, I was up to here. So you can see I haven't finished that leaf yet, but I finished this one here. I've added that in. I've added that little one in. And I've added a lot of these little leaves and everything, and I'm starting to come up this way now. So, and there was some down in here that I've done. I finished that there. I've still got to put the white into the mushroom, so I haven't actually stitched that yet. Yeah, so, and there's a couple of little leaves over here that I think it was that one and that one that I done. As well. So I didn't get a lot done because I was chit-chatting and, you know what it's like. You get into virtual stitches and you start chit-chatting and all the rest of it. So yeah, but I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making. I can sort of see the end now. So there's a big pumpkin here. There is, where's that? Oh, it's behind me. So yeah, there's a big pumpkin there. Then there's an acorn just here. The hedgehog's about here. The apple is around here. And the bird is over here somewhere, but I've got to put the leaves in. So this week I'm hoping to work a bit on this. So I'm trying to spend 30 minutes a day on this. I don't always get to it every day. So if I get to it, then, so say I worked on it, didn't work on it today, but worked on it tomorrow, I'd put an hour in tomorrow. And sometimes I might not get to this for three days. So I like to put as... at least 3 hours into it a week. So that is the goal. Sometimes I don't get that. So this week I'm hoping to get more of the edge of the tree done. So I've started working up this way because there is so many mistakes in this. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. It's Ada. I should be able to count it. And I have made so many counting mistakes in this. So at this point in time, I'm just winging it on that, but it's still got this, like it's not real bad, like it might be one out, like a little leaf might be one out, or maybe a little bit closer to the fox than it should be. Oh, and I got these little leaves here as well. So my plan this week is to finish up this edge of the tree, and then finish up all the little leaves in the inside of it. So you can see here, so I'm up to here. And I've done these little leaves. So I want to get this big one and then all this edge. I've done this one. And so, yeah, there's all these little leaves and everything that I want to get done in there. So that is the plan for this week. So, you know, another 3 hours, I should have the outside of the tree done. You got your fingers crossed for me? All right, last Friday, I do a new start every Friday with a group of lovelies that I stitch with on Fridays. And so last week I did a new start. It's called Hayride Happenings, and it's out of the October 2018 Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's on page 51 and 52. And I'm actually doing this for the magazine challenge group. Okay, so that is it there. It's very cute. Now, when I did this, I'll just say that second border there, just this little border there, I didn't really like the look of that when I stitched it out, and I've just enlarged it. And you can see there, that's what it's supposed to look like. I actually changed it up a little bit on that, because when I stitched it, I really didn't like it. And it's got like quarter stitches and stuff in it. So I probably would have got a lot more done had I not been fussing around with this. But I'll just put I've got a needle still on it because it was still out. So I probably would have got a lot more done on this if I hadn't been fussing around. And I actually stitched a couple of them, and I just didn't like the look of them. They had quarter stitches, and then I got a straight stitch on top, and it just looked a little bit too crowded. So basically what I've done, and I'll just get something to put behind that. It's very bright here this morning, so you can see through everything. So what I've done is the border. That's how it was in the pattern. And then what I've done is, I'll just get that to focus. I've actually done a Smyrna cross in the center of those. So the majority of it, it's not focusing. There we go. The majority of it is actually how it's supposed to be. So just in these little bits here, there was on each corner, there was supposed to be like half and then there was like crosses in the center. So I just completely changed it up to that. So that's sort of what I done on that, and I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out now. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully you can see that pretty clearly on that. And if you've never done a Smyrna cross before, I actually did a video and put it up because I figured, well, I'm doing them, I might as well film it in case someone wants to know how to do them and how I do them. So you can see it really close. I've got up really close and personal with this. So yeah, and I can link that up in the corner and you'll be able to see that. All right, the next one that I worked on. Now, last week I talked about starting my Hayride in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I got off the video and that night I started it. So anyway, here is what my Hayride looks like. I printed it off this week. So yeah, so this is the Hayride that I'm working on. So I started this on the 17th of the 9th. I'm using the Call for DMC. It is stitched on 25 count easy grid, and it's one strand over one and a full cross. So this is Wicked, Trixie and False by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and I absolutely love this picture. I've had, like, my husband even seen it and went, oh wow, that's your, you use that as your profile picture. So yeah, so I printed that off so you could see what it looks like, and I made a start, and I've got just over 230 stitches, I think I have from memory. So yeah, so this is just got to be filled in now because it's all black. So yeah, so it's coming along, and yeah, it's not a very big piece either. So its finished size is it's 14 inches high by 11 1/8 inches wide. So, but you can see there is a lot of black. So I thought I'd make a start on it because basically it'll go really quick. So I just have this sitting out, and if I'm on the phone or anything like that, I'll just put stitches in. So when I'm concentrating on it at night before I go to bed, what I'll do is I'll count across 10 and up, and both these two squares are all black. So I've counted across and gone up, and then I know now when I'm on the phone I can put a couple of crosses in, and I'll just slowly get it done and get all that. Like, it's still got to come across here and all down here. So this is where the black started. So this will just end up having a really weird shape to it the way it goes. And then it's got like little stars, little pops of colour throughout, not much at all. All right, so this week as well too, I sort of was going through all of my stuff again and having a look what I had here, and sort of pulling stuff out that I'm not using anymore and putting that aside, and you know, just really trying to get this back end behind me here organized. It's pretty much organized now, but there's a few things that, like, each week I'm just going through one of the drawers. So you can see those purple drawers behind me down the bottom. I'm just going through those purple drawers and just making sure that the stuff that I've put in there is the stuff that I want. And then I'm like, oh, I've got this embroidery whip, and I've got this diamond painting whip, and yada, yada, yada. So what I did was, my whip wheel now has got diamond painting in it, and it's also got any hand embroidery that I'm doing. So I spun up, I did actually, I think it was Tuesday, I spun the wheel, and my hand embroidery come up. So I am doing this hand embroidery, and it's using a full 6 strands of floss, and it's by a lady called Diana Vignette, and you can find her over on Etsy, and I'll link it down below. And she's also got a YouTube channel where she just has music playing, but you can see the stitches that she's doing. It's very much geared towards beginners, so it's a great little way of doing stuff. So you can see this embroidery, just there on the corner next to the blue bottle. That was the original, one of my first ones I done, and then I started a second one, and then I haven't worked on it for ages. So this is the one that I'm working on right now, and I had not done a lot on this. I had just pretty much done the leaves and started doing these dark green leaves. So the other night it spun up, I pretty much got all the dark green leaves in. So which way is the right way? That way. There we go. So I had the flower done, and I had the rose done, and I had these leaves done. And then the other, and I had a few, I think I had a couple of green leaves around this white flower. And then I finished off these ones. I finished off these ones and those ones. I think I've still got one more leaf to do somewhere up here. Do I have already done it? I must have already, oh no, there it is there. So I've got a leaf there I've got to do. And then I started doing these. Now, these tiny little ones, I'm going to be interested to see how they go because they're actually fluffy on the pattern. So I don't know if you can see that. That is actually, like, it looks like it's cut and it's fluffy. So I'm super curious how she does that, whether they're loops or not. So I don't fast forward through the video and I don't watch the video prior to it. I just have the video on and then I'll do that step. And yeah, so when I first started doing my leaves, so you can see here, because I'm totally new to this style of embroidery, so I'm not sure if you can see that, but they look like there's a lot of strands in it, whereas these ones, where are they? These ones, I like the look of these ones better, how I've done it over here. So I've just done it the technique a little bit different, and I'm happy to do that because I use these as like my visual journey, and so that's what I've done. Super easy to do. If you've never done one before, she's got some free patterns too. I meant to ask, because I was talking to Crafted by Juliet on Instagram the other day because she was doing one, and I forgot to ask her where the free ones were because I purchased these from her Etsy store. But I really like the look of those leaves, and that's probably the style that I'm going to use as opposed to this one down here. This one looks a little bit more jagged, where this one looks a little bit more raised, and I don't know, I just like the look of it. And I'm not using the DMC Colorful Colors. I'm using CXC and Cosmo Threads. I mostly use Cosmo Threads, so I'll have a look what the colors are, and then I'll get, because I stock them in my shop, so then I'll go and pull the color out that I want to use. So yeah, like it's coming along. So I'm happy that it's in my whip wheel now, and along with the diamond painting as well, because that has been sitting there forever and I haven't been doing, like, you can see it's just sitting over in that cubby hole over there, and excuse me, I haven't touched it in months. Yeah, absolute months. Hang on, I'll grab it. So as I said, it has been sitting there for months. So this is how much I've done so far, and it's a sewing machine, and it says sewing mends my soul is what it's called. Where's the picture? Yeah, sewing mends my soul. So I've done all of this a bit, and I'm up to here, and I've got a little bit more to go, and then I can start doing the lettering. The lettering is a bit patchy. I would have preferred it to be maybe black. In hindsight, I probably should have just done it in black, because there's a place down in Tasmania that was selling the drills, and a friend of mine actually sells these, and all the people that purchase from her bring back the drills that they don't. So for those that don't know what drills are, they are the little diamond things that you use. So it's not really picking up the sparkle of it. But yeah, so I've got that one, and I've got a whole heap of other ones, and I like doing this because it's sort of mindless, so when I want to switch off, I can just sit there and do it. And now that summer's coming on, I tend to do these in summer, because I'll sit out here, I'll do a bit of cross stitch, and then I'll sit out here late at night and do a little bit of diamond painting. But I haven't been doing them, so I thought the best thing to do is put it into my whip wheel, and then it'll spin up. So that's what I've done. I haven't worked on it yet though, because it hasn't spun up. I only put it in the other day. So hopefully I can get that done. That is, I've already got the frame for it and all the rest of it, and that's going to hang, I'll probably hang it up there on that, right in that spot there. So keep an eye on that spot right there. That depends, because I might find something else that I want to hang there. But as you know, I'm renovating through here, so there's going to be a lot more wall space for me to hang stuff on, and there's also just above, okay, now don't look at that wall because that's not finished, that's still in progress. So you can see there the roof has got an angle on it. That angle there is going to have all of my mini quilts, and that goes for the full length of my studio. All right, so the next one that I worked on was the Blue Flower Huckleberry Farm, and that's what this looks like. I'm not sorry about the glare. Hopefully I can get rid of that. No, I can't. Sorry. So that's it there. I absolutely love this. When I seen it, I just had to have it. and start it straight away. So I'm doing this for September. And last time you've seen it, I had just finished doing all this side here and I was up to here. And last night I put the bird in, which I've still got to finish, and I was on the phone, so I didn't get a lot of stitching done. I was talking to my sister on the phone last night, so we were, anyway. So I got all the berries done and I got the bird done. I got another 200 stitches into it, so that's progress. And so the next time that you see this, when I work on it, I'll be working on, so that is the edge of the border on the top there. So it's hard to hold these. So just up there is where I'm up to. So the next part that I'll be working on will be, and this is going to go blurry, but will be that bear and the snowy mountain cat. I'll finish the bird off, and then once I do that, I'll be onto the alphabet and move across to the house and probably come down and do the border. So I've still got a lot of border to do. I'm up to where the hummingbird is, just there. So that's where I'm up to. But yeah, the border is beautiful. I absolutely love it. And this picture, like, it's a gorgeous picture, but it just doesn't do it justice. It's just like, it's absolutely stunning. Like, look at those little flowers. They're absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so that is pretty much all I've worked on this week. I have been doing some secret stitching, and I can't show you that. So a lot of my time has been going into that because I'm on a deadline. So so obviously I can't show you because it is not able to be shown because it's secret. So yeah, so I'm hoping to have that finished soon, so then I can get back to all my whips and everything like that. Now, all right, so we are getting towards the end of September. As you know, if you had seen my plans parade on Monday for DDs Spooktober, that is starting to pick up some speed now. We've got lots of people that are starting to share their plans and everything as well. So if you want to know more about it and what's happening, the brief rundown is what I'm doing, the crazy thing that I'm doing. You can see the graphic just here. That is the graphic that you will need to find on my Instagram feed, and that is my Instagram handle just there, Darvanalee Designs Studio. Go and have a look at that. It's got all the information there. But if you want to see what I'm going to be working on, I have a plans video that I put up on Monday. Okay, so I called it a plans parade for the DDs Spooktober. And basically, I actually have 30 new starts and 1 whip that I'm going to be working on. So basically from the 1st of October, that's when I'm starting it here in Australia. When I hit the 1st, that's when I will spin the wheel. I've got a decision wheel. I've got all my charts in there, plus my 1 whip. The only chart that I don't have in there is the Hawk Run one, the Halloween Hawk Run. That is a sale that I'll be starting on the very last day of October, on the 31st. And I'll be doing that with Gail from Gail Phillips, Tia from Calm Creations, Nadine from Nad's Cross Stitch, also Leanne from Morgana Stitchy Moon, 75, and I can't remember everybody else. I still have to look all that up. But a lot of people are joining in with the Spooktober, and they are stitching all their Halloween. We've got lots of people starting, as I said, starting to list what they're going to be working on. We've got Stitchcraft from George, Stitchcraft with George. She's in the UK. She lives in Dorset. So she's joining along. Nadine is from Nad's Cross Stitch. She's joining along. Gail's joining along. Morgana's joining along. And so is Tia. And a couple other people have asked me a few questions over on Instagram. And so, yeah, there's lots and lots of people starting to think about what they're going to be working on and all the rest of it. So if you want to be part of it, follow the hashtag over on Instagram, and it's DDs, so DDS Spooktober is the hashtag. Follow that hashtag. You'll see all the lovely stuff that everybody's working on. Tag me as well, so I know that you're joining in, and we're going to be having giveaways, and we're going to be having Stitchy Zoom meetups, live stitch with me, all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be an action-packed month of October. And I'm not into Halloween as such, as like decorating the house and all the rest of it, but I do like to stitch the Halloween. And so you can head over and watch that video and see all the charts, everything that I'm going to be stitching on. So what days I'm going to be stitching on, I don't know, except for the Halloween hawk run. And that's because I'm doing that as a sale, and that'll continue on throughout the year. All right, so enough about that. If you've got any questions, by all means, send me a message, leave me a comment down below, or you can also contact me over on Facebook and Instagram. Always happy to answer any of your questions. If you don't like Halloween, you can stitch on something that maybe has a moon, a black cat, or a spider, or anything like that. Any sort of little element that you could pick out of Halloween, you can join in the fun with that as well. All right, so we are going to move on to haul, and I didn't really get that much this week. I have been looking at a lot of Etsy stores, but I've got lots of stuff sitting in my cart, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet and bought it. Mainly because I am planning to go away at Christmas and I'm saving my pennies for that. But I did get some supplies that I needed a couple of weeks ago. I told you that I joined the Shannon Designs Ornament Club. And so she releases 2 ornaments each month up until December, and you get a bonus one if you joined. No, that was for August, because I'd close to the closer end of August. If I joined before the 31st, I would have got the bonus one for August as well. So I ended up trying to get the beads, the call for colours, which was red in a Mill Hill bead, and I couldn't get that colour. So I got the next best thing. So I got, it is red, it's still red. You can see it there, but it's just sort of a pinkish red. It's not a full-on red. The other ones were like, they were really red, but that's a pretty true colour right there. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I've never done beading before. So if you've got any tips for beading, leave the comments down below, because I've never done beading before. So that's why I sort of started with this smaller project, and it's only got about, I think it's about 10 beads in the first one. I started Holly Jolly was the first one I've done. So yeah, and then another first for me will be using Krynic. So I got the Krynic, and I just don't know if that's going to show up. There you go. That's the colour there. Yeah, so that's it there. That's pretty true. So I've never used Krynic, but I have watched all the tips and tricks on using Krynic, and I've also heard all the curse words. I could see that there was a lot of cursing going on while you were using this. So I've taken everything that everybody has said on board and used small pieces, and I'm going to give it a go and see if I like it or not. A few people have said to me I shouldn't have even bothered. I should have just went with, is it Petite Treasure Braid? I think it's what it's called. And I do have some stuff here from Cosmo. So if I don't like it, I'm going to try the Cosmo stuff, and I'll do a review on that. And yeah, and then short of that, I'll just get some Petite Treasure Braid, because that's what everybody sort of said, that they avoid the Krynic, and yeah, and then use that. But just looking at it, it looks a little bit, how you going? Because like if you look at it down the bottom there, that's how it came, and it's a little bit it's looking a little bit fluffy, and I'm thinking I'm a little bit concerned. But anyway, I'll work it out, and yeah, I'll let you, you'll obviously know how I go, because I'll share my progress with you on that. I may not do it at all, but I want to try and use it. Like, I just don't want to, you know me, I'm not usually fearful of anything like that, and I generally do not get swayed by people's opinions on products and stuff like that. If I like the look of a product, I will use it, and I'll make up my own mind. I don't like to just rely on other people's dislikes or likes of something, excuse me. So that is something that I want to try. All right, that is about everything that's gone on. So you'll be all waiting for the code word for this week. Leading up to DD's Spooktober, basically what I want you to do is leave me a comment down below and tell me, are you joining in with DD's Spooktober? So all I want you to do is put that word, and the code word is coming across the screen now, so you know how to spell it. okay? And it doesn't matter whether you have capitals or not. And yeah, leave the code word down in the comments and you'll be in the running. And I'll be drawing this, what date will I be? I'll be drawing this on, I think, the 1st of October. So is when I'm going to be recording next. So yeah, so that's next week already. Oh my goodness. So I'll be recording my FlossTube next week on the 1st of October. And this is when I'll do the drawing for that. So if you leave the code word, you'll be in the running for one of our DDs travel pouches. So this is really good to just pick up and go. You've got a zip, chuck all your notions and everything in, and then you're also going to get a needle minder, and I'm throwing in a couple of Cosmo flosses in black and white because they're the favorite. They're my favorite flosses to use. 95% of the time I swap out the black for the Cosmo and the white for the Cosmo one, and that is Cosmo 2500. It's the brightest one that you can get, and yeah, I really do like it. So you can see there, it's a real nice, and it's a good thickness too. It's not as thin as the DMC, I find. And that's just my opinion, but it'll be in there for you to try, and yeah, you can give me your opinion on it as well. So to be in the running for that, leave the code word down in the comments, and then that way I will pull your name out, and next week I will do my usual thing, get everybody's names from the last 4 videos, so you can have the opportunity to have 4 entries in. If you go back and if you haven't watched our first 3 for September, go back and watch the other ones, find the code word, leave a comment on those videos, so you've still got time. I will pull all those names off at 5 p.m. on the 30th of September, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that will be the 29th for anybody watching in the US. All right, so basically, and yeah, so 5 o'clock is basically when I will go on, and any names after that time won't be in the draw. So as I said, if you want to have your name, like an entry, 4 entries for the month, then you need to go back and watch the September videos. You need to find the code word, and you need to pop that in. Alrighty, so that's it from me this week. I have a lot to do. I've got a lot of designing to do today. I have a mountain retreat bag to make today to get it up to the binding stage so I can sit there and bind that tonight. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope everybody is well and safe and has had a fantastic stitching day and week. And I will see you all again next time. Now, if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the little bell icon, give us a thumbs up down below, leave us a comment, even if you don't want to enter into the competition. Say hi, tell me where you're watching from, and I'll see you all again next week for another FlossTube. Bye for now.